Hello, Google Chat users. Today I want to show you how Ask Steve integrates with Google Chat, and in particular, it enables you to write the results of any Ask Steve tool into a public Google Chat space. Now, the easiest way to quickly create a custom scraper for your Google Chat is to go to one of your public spaces. Here I've got two, Read Later and AI News. Click on Tools in the side panel and then click on New. It's going to auto detect that I'm in Google Chat. I'm going to say, yes, I want to create a scraper. And then it will detect whether or not I've already connected my account to Google Chat or not. In this case, I haven't. So I'm going to click through and do so and give it all the permissions it needs and then hit save. And then it's going to say, go back to your dock and press the new button again. Okay, so I'm back here, press the new button again. And now my tool was created. I've got my new tool with the Google Chat button. And now what this will enable me to do is go to any web page, like here I am on this article about Netflix, and I'm going to press my Google Chat button. It's going to ask me what space I want to write to. So I can use one tool and write to many different spaces. We'll go ahead and put this in AI News. And then whether I want to summarize or clip the content, we'll say summary, and then I can add a comment like this looks amazing. And I'm going to hit OK. And then we can see exactly what gets written here. And if I click the link to go to that space, we can see that's what got written into Google Chat. This looks amazing. And then here's the summary. And then here's a link to the article. So that easy to get started. And now let's take a look at kind of how this tool was constructed. So we're looking at our tool in the side panel, scrape into space. And if I go down to scrapers and APIs, I can see that it's writing the results into a Google Chat connection. And then it's going to ask you which particular space when you run it. But if you want to, you can go to a particular channel. So you'll notice if I press the button right now, it's going to ask me what channel I want. But if I pick always go into AI News and I run the button from here, we'll see that it no longer asks me. So I can configure it to hard code it into a particular channel, or I can just leave it as ask me when I run it, and then it'll ask me at runtime. The other thing to look at is how the tool itself is built. So very simple tool. It asks the user, the double curly braces means ask the user for this, and in the parentheses here are the options. And so it's saying ask the user to pick one of these options, whether they want to summarize or clip the content. And then step one is look for a user comment, and this is where it grabs the user comment. If there is, put that at the very top of what you're going to write out. And then step two is if the action is summarized, then write a 2-sentence summary. Otherwise, if the action is clip content, then grab all the relevant content off the page and remove any extraneous information, and then throw the URL in there, and that's it. Here's the page text and go to town. So you can easily change this. You can add your own options here. You can configure how you want these things done to make this tool do anything that you want. And now notice that you can connect any of your tools now to Google Chat. So for instance, if I go to my summarize tool, you'll notice I press the button right now and it just generates a 5-bullet point summary, and that's great. But what I can say is, you know what? I want you to write that summary to Google Chat, and I want it to write to the read later space. And so I'm going to hit save. And now when I press that button, it's actually going to, I pressed the wrong button. The summarize button, it's going to do that. It's going to generate my summary, and then it wrote the data into that read later channel. And there it is. We can see it just got written. So one other tool I'll show you that's kind of nice to have for just taking quick notes as you're working is if you go into the library and you search for save a quick note or message. I'm going to install this tool, and we can take a look at how this one's built. It's super simple. It basically just says ask the user for their note and then repeat it exactly, and then ask them if they want to add the URL for the current page in case it's relevant, and that's just a checkbox that they can say yes, and if it does, then add the URL. So I'm going to configure this to write into my Google Chat read later, and I'm going to hit save. And so now I'm like surfing the web, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to just like write a note to myself to remember something. Then I can, I need to add a button for this. Let me do that, add a button. Okay, and there's my button. I'm going to click the button, and I'm going to say, remember the milk, and I don't need the URL for this page. Okay, and it's just going to write that in there. And so now I've got the ability to just like very quickly throw notes into Google Chat from wherever I'm at about anything, and include the URL if I want to as well. So you can build whatever tools you want and have them write directly into that public Google Chat space. And if you ever want to look at your connection there, you click on the gear icon here, and this is where you can see all your connections to all your services. Click on it if you want to reconnect it or change the name, and then you can delete it just by pressing that button right there. Super easy to maintain. Give it a try, and if you have any questions, let us know in our user community. Thanks.